50th birthday celebrations, the game was originally a Footscray home match, but the Bulldogs surrendered their home ground advantage, and hence this afternoon's very big turnout of 45,000 fans. Footscray's record against the Magpies is anything but good. They lost 14 straight from 1977 to 83 and have won only 5 out of their last 30 meetings. Last week, the Bulldogs gave Hawthorn a 50-point start and nearly stole the match. The Magpies won a high-scoring game against the Saints, and they clearly outpointed Hawthorn the previous week in some heavy rain. Our replay tonight begins at the 17-minute mark of the third quarter. With me in the commentary box is Lou Richards. There's 1 point the difference.
Phillips, a long way from goal. I think he'll get the distance from there. Not a bad kick just the same. Will land just off the edge of the 10-metre square. Collingwood mark the Taylor, his first of the day.
Well, he's got to have it dry. The ball is drying out for him now, Pete. He's positioned himself well. Outmanoeuvred Kennedy.
And so any score here will level. If it's a goal, Collingwood will once again be in front, of course.
Strong mark that time by Taylor.
Brian Taylor from only a couple of metres out from goal. Couldn't possibly miss. It's a goal. Collingwood in front again. Taylor's first kick brings up 4 points. Seven's big league scoreboard now. Footscray 7-7-49. Collingwood 8-6-54.
Well, you'd call that percentage football on Taylor's part, because a long kick this time from Phillips. A beautiful kick. And watch Taylor outmanoeuvre Kennedy. Just tipped him out the way long enough for him to get himself into position. Eyes on the ball and a lovely mark.
So Brian Taylor now joining the goal kickers for Collingwood. The others have been kicked by Collins, Dawkin, Banks and Rains, and of course Richardson has 3 goals. Just over 18 minutes gone, 5 points in favour of Collingwood. It's been a ripper game here at the MCG. In ruck Fellows and Purser, won by Purser on that occasion. Steaming through as Burgess. Kick is a short one, just off the edge of the square. Out comes Kennedy. Just about gets tripped up in his endeavours. He's gone for a hand pass, and that's okay. McPherson back towards centre wing, and the mark taken by Steve Wallace. Wallace on left centre wing gets a 15-metre penalty from umpire Glenn James. Decides to play on though nonetheless. McMullen has shepherded. Could be downfield. It is.
Got him around the neck, Pete, after he'd kicked the ball. There was no doubt about that.
Split-second decision there. And Jim Edmund to take the free kick, the Footscray skipper. Edmund hasn't had too many kicks today, only 4. He's got a 15-metre penalty, and he'll be on the edge of the square. Now, that's more than 15 metres. He is on the edge of the square for an offence down there. Was it against Richardson? I think he was hanging on to Beasley, and so Beasley has the kick. Well, a couple of sensations there, Lou.
Well, that's the right decision. You can't blame the umpires for that. Going for goal number 3, an easy one, and foolish play on the part of Collingwood. 2 fatal mistakes they made there. One from coming here from, not so much McCormick the first time, but the young fellow on the wing there, McMullen. And of course, hanging on, I think it was McCormick hanging on. The umpire spotted it, and he rightly gave the decision. That's the name of the game.
Footscray back in front, 8-7-55 to 8-5. 8-6-54.
And of course the runner coming out to McCormick to have a few words to tell him to lay off. Beasley's kicked 3 goals. Just on the 20-minute mark. And they're back in front by a point, Footscray. 55 plays 54. It's been a great game here today. Knocked out that time by Purser. Back towards the centre of the ground. It's Beers getting a hurried kick over the half-forward line. It's too high for Tony Shaw. Picked up by Rod McPherson. He breaks clear. Kennedy and Taylor having a bit of a box on there. The ball back there towards the centre half forward position. Rains gets a hand pass back to Burgess. A hurried kick towards centre half forward. But they got their pecker up as the ball is driven up there by Foster over the half forward line with a mighty kick. And the nearly a mark. No, the umpire said play on. Bamblett goes in. He's grabbed, but still gets the ball down there towards the full forward position, but marked there by Neville Shaw. A dangerous hand pass. Oh, he nearly copped him that time, Beasley, but Sumner ducked all right. Goes across goal, looking for Rain, but they're at Rains there. Good play on the part of Wallace. A defensive knockout, and the ball is out of bounds about 40 metres around from the Footscray goal. Well, that goal gave Footscray a bit of encouragement. They're really bouncing back a point the difference. 55 plays 54. Pushed out that time by Dunn on the ground. Rains got one too high, and that was a free kick all the way. Rains out there at a half-back. A very determined team here, Footscray today. A lot different to what we saw in the first half against Hawthorn last week. There's the kick by Rains around towards the wing position. And beats the pack. Coming in to meet it now is Purser. Richardson right on his tail, but he's eluded him. Good play by the big fellow. Shoots the ball over the half-forward line. There's a chance for Edmund. He's got away and a quick hand pass to Royal. This looks dangerous. A lot of pace. Looking for Beasley at the back. He's got the set, but well marked that time by McCormick. A strong mark. And they're having a fantastic duel down there today, the two of them. And McCormick getting a round of applause from the crowd, but it's a bad kick and a ball marked by Royal about 45 to 50 metres out from goal. The umpire called play on. It'll be holding the ball against him. Royal, what ball? I don't think he went over the mark, and yet he may have run away from the mark. Michael, there's been some bamboozling decisions here today.
Let it confuse anyone, that one.
There's the kick by Collingwood out there towards the wing position. The pack missed that. Zatsaris goes after it now. He can't pick it up. He gets it over there to Daniels. Daniels boots the ball wide out towards Beers, and coming in there was Royal. Beers is out of bounds with it, and there'll be a throw in from Footscray's half-forward line about 70 metres around from the goal. Point the difference. Well, I don't know why he gave...
No, he hasn't got over the mark there.
Certainly hasn't, unless it was a touch ball and he called play on. Collingwood get the ball back over their half-forward line. Back it goes to Banks, couldn't hold that one. Backing up well as Rick Kennedy takes it away from half-back with a hefty punt kick down towards the half-forward line. The pack fly. Bahajar taps it on towards Sumner. He copped one in the head that time. And he'll get a free kick. Got a kick. And umpire James was quick to pick that one up, and Sumner to take the free kick out there at half-back for Collingwood.
Sumner at left half-back flank for the Magpies. 23 minutes have got in the third quarter.
No room for weakies out there today, Peter.
No, certainly not. A point the difference. Oh, great mark to Purser, and hasn't this game picked up in this quarter? Once the rain is cleared, the ground recovering pretty well. Low-scoring affair, certainly, but it's great football. In front is Emmett Dunn, and Dunn takes his first mark of the day, having come on from the interchange bench, of course. Dunn, affectionately known as Plod. Beasley gave him a nice old heave-ho in the back just the same. Beasley has kicked 3 goals, a chance to make it 4. And Beasley directly in front of goal now. Let's watch that again. Yeah, it's just a little hip in the back. I guess fairly well legal, Lou. It's
yes, they all
part of the game.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Although full forward seem to have a bad record with the umpires. Beasley for goal number 4, 24 minutes into the term, directly in front, 30 metres out. Goal umpire says it's a goal. 4 goals to Beasley, 4 to Bamblett. The only goal kickers for Footscray, of note anyway, 9-7-61, Collingwood 8-6-54 at the MCG. 6 in favour of the Bulldogs. Collingwood go forward through Mark Williams. A long kick up towards half-forward. Knock away, not really successful in getting the ball to a Footscray player. Dawkin, good hand pass. Banks just wide of the square. The ball paddled over the line by Tatsaris, and it will be a boundary throw in left back pocket. 25 minutes gone in the term. We're playing time on in the third quarter. As we await the boundary throw in, it's going to be Taylor against Purser. Knocked down by Taylor. Banks offloaded. Beers, snapshot, goal!
Oh, that was a great goal by Beers, and good play on the part of Collingwood.
He hasn't had too many kicks today, Brian Beers.
No, but it was a good hand pass coming out of the pack.
It certainly was, and so once again it's a point the difference. 61 plays 60.
Let's watch that again. Knocked out by Taylor. Banks got a magnificent hand pass out there to Beers, and that's a classical snapshot for goal, Peter. He had to get over the top of his opponent in front of him too.
First goal to Brian Beers, and once again makes the difference 1 point. Approaching the 26-minute mark of the third quarter now, 9-7 to 9-6. A great game of football here at the MCG. It sets it up for a ripper last quarter. Let's hope it's close right the way through. Collingwood getting the ball again out of the centre up to Williams. Banks takes the mark at half forward.
Good mark and good play on the part of Williams that time. Grabbed the ball in the one motion, kicked it, and he was grabbed, but still got it down there to Banks, and a gutsy mark taken there at centre half forward. He's a long distance out from goal. He missed an easy one at the beginning of this third quarter from about 15 metres out. I think the distance could be too far for him. Banks lining him up. Let's fly. There's the kick on its way. Bahajar. Umpire said yes, it's a mark. That was a courageous mark taken there. A quick hand pass over to Rod McPherson down there in the back pocket. Shows a bit of pace, goes wide towards the wing position. Players set themselves, picked up now by Footscray's Foster. The kick over the half-forward line. Two Collingwood players crash, spoil themselves.
He's paid the mark.
He's paid the mark. Oh, golly, how lucky can you be? Oh, well, how long did he hold it for? Well, I suppose you could say that was a mark, Pete.
Very lucky.
Pretty lucky to get that bad play on the part of the Collingwood player that came from behind that time. Who was? I think it might have been McMullen.
Sure, was it?
Neville Shaw. So McEwen with the ball now. Ball drops short towards the wing position, right on the arms of Zatzaris. And Zatzaris has got it right on the boundary line. He was pleased to get his name out as the ball goes across to centre half forward, and Burgess takes the mark for Collingwood in defence, because Burgess coming on at half time. Collingwood have already lost Morwood, which was a blow. Played a fair sort of a game. It could be a 15-metre penalty. This brings Burgess right to the centre of the ground. So he should go for the hefty kick and drive Collingwood deep into attack, because they're trailing by 1 point. And this quarter will only go about another 2 minutes, I would say. There's the kick by Burgess, a long one up there towards the full forward position. In front is Phillips, punched out by the Footscray defence, back there to Royal. He fumbles the ball, he's grabbed. He gets grabbed twice, umpire called play. He nearly blew the whistle for holding the ball, but he gave him the benefit of the doubt. Out it goes wide to Wallace on his own. After him is Eade. Picks it up. Out there at half forward, goes for a pass, looking for Beasley. He's got it. Now he's dropped it. Umpire called play on as Edmund breaks clear. Up it goes towards the full forward possession. There's a goal to Steve McPherson. And they're back 7 points in front again. 2 to McPherson. And look at Beasley's. That happened. Happy with him kicking that goal. Good play.
Scoreboard 10-7-67. Footscray, Collingwood 9-6-60.
Well, I thought he grabbed that, but he dropped it. But pouncing on it was Edmund. Edmund goes for a pass. We see Shaw miss this one at the back with Bamblett, but scouting out beautifully was Steve McPherson to put it through for an easy goal.
McPherson 2 goals, Bamblett 4 and Beasley 4. Leading goal kickers for Footscray. 29 minutes gone, 7 points in favour of Footscray. That's a handy lead, but how long will they have it? Tony Shaw boots the Magpies forward. In front is Kennedy, punches the ball clear. Out to Foster, Phillips beats him to it. Great play by the Collingwood strongman. Phillips right on the boundary line, gets the hand pass in, picked up by Beers. Beers snaps it back to full forward. Yes, it's a mark. Taylor. He's had 1 mark for 1 goal. And can he maintain that 100%? Here it is. 2 good marks in this quarter to Taylor, obviously appreciating the now drier conditions.
And that's the benefit of playing in front too, Peter.
Well, I think you were critical of him, Lou, in our half-time summary,
yes,
for not doing that. And obviously rightly so. Taylor only, well, he'll be about 20 metres out when he comes in for the kick. There's the siren for 3/4 time. Taylor's kick is okay. It's a point the difference at the final change. Footscray 10-7-67, Collingwood 10-6-66.
Brian Taylor's second goal making the difference 1 point at 3/4 time, and the stage was set for a thrilling final term. We're going to rejoin the match now at the 6-minute mark of the final quarter, and Footscray leading 10-9-69 to Collingwood's 10-7-67.
Lead 69-67 now at the MCG. What a thriller, a real nail-biting finish here at the cricket ground. Knocked away by Emmett Dunn. Ball very close to the boundary line. Will Bahaja get there first? He dives over the line looking for a free kick. None there, says the umpire. The ball booted back by Collingwood up towards the centre half-back position, or the half-back flank actually. A trip, says Peter Cameron. Magpie free kick. It will be taken by Eade. Eade left half-back flank. Plenty of distance in his kick to see it to the centre wing position. Phillips was held there. Tony Shaw cops one.
Free kick to Phillips, Pete.
Or is it going to Shaw? It's a free kick to Collingwood. I'm not quite sure who's going to take it. No, it is Tony Shaw. He's going to have to go back over the mark. That's what they're not happy about. He's flicked out the hand pass to Phillips, who's kicked it high into the goal square. Big pack of players there. Rod McPherson keeps the ball in play. Up to Neil Cordy. Or Brian Cordy. Brian Cordy just short of half-back flank. Up towards centre wing. Dawkin. Dawkin's gone for a pass. It's a ripper. Richardson. Oh, did that beautifully, Richardson.
Thought about running on too, but stood firm, Pete. Into this quarter by just on 7 minutes. Collingwood trailing by 2 points. That's a strong mark. Late on the scene that time was McLean. Just got there a little bit too late. He's only about 35 metres out from goal directly in front. There it is on its way. And that's a goal. So the Magpies back in front. Collingwood 11 goals, 7-73 to Footscray 10-9, 69. And Pete, in that third quarter, I think the lead changed 8 times as we see the ball go out there wide.
Said that.
A good strong mark taken there by Richardson and a goal. That's his 4th for the game.
4 goals to Richardson, 4 to Beasley and 4 to today.
7.5 minutes gone of this last quarter, and the Magpies back in front. Fellows again, over it goes to Rains. Rains gets a hurried kick back, but it's a bad one. The ball driven up there by McLean. Back towards centre half forward. Burgess got one hand to it. It hits the deck. This is Bahajar. He's got the wide open space. He's got plenty of time to drive this down to Beasley. Beasley's got the centre. He should mark this one. He does. And they've got a chance of getting back in front. He's already kicked 4 goals.
Read that superbly, Beasley.
And that was good play on the part of Bahajar. Spotted him and drove it down there as McCormick was out of position. And now he's got a chance to put the Bulldogs back in front. And they're a real dogged side today. They won't give in. They're trailing by 4 points. This will put them 2 points back in front. He shouldn't miss this. He's only about a hop, step and jump away from the goals. Collingwood crowd giving him the raspberries. He comes in for the shot. There it is. And that's a goal. So Footscray are back in front again. 5 goals to Beasley. 11 goals, 9-75. Footscray to Collingwood, 11-7, 73. Just on the 9-minute mark of this, the last quarter. Now watch Bahajar go for the long kick. He spotted Beasley. Poor old McCormick fell over. This gave him an easy chance to take a mark.
So 5 goals to Simon Beasley. Bamblett has 4 and Richardson 4 for Collingwood. Taylor has 2.
There's the collywobble ball.
I think that might be a little bit premature. It's still anybody's game here, and what a thriller. Certainly not a high-scoring affair. Great game of football. 2 points the difference. Just over 9 minutes gone in the last quarter. And this very big crowd at the MCG roaring themselves hoarse. Knocked away by Fellows. Williams's kick is out towards right half forward. Dalton getting underneath it and takes the mark for Collingwood. Taylor calling for it. Kick number 3. No, doesn't get it. Runs into plenty of trouble. So does Brian Cordy at the Tony Shaw. McLean trying to pick it up and does so. Beautifully done, McLean. From left half-back flank, he's gone for a pass up the centre wing position. Williams has the mark.
I don't know why Dalton didn't go for the long kick. He put poor old Taylor under tremendous pressure there, Pete, before.
15-metre penalty applied, which will bring Williams almost up to right half-forward flank. Gets underneath the ball a little bit, so not a long kick. And good mark taken by Purser. Whoops.
Well, that was the free kick was there. It was a similar one happened to Beasley. They shouldn't complain about it, Pete.
Purser's had his number taken, as you can see. Not much doubt in that.
Oh, golly.
Right on the goal.
I don't think it'll affect Taylor's vision just the same.
Well, he will get his 3rd kick now, and it will be his 3rd goal. He doesn't miss them from about 20 metres out BT.
Well, now Purser's got to let this not upset him, Pete, because, you know, it could cost Footscray the game.
Brian Taylor telling him how to spell Taylor. That's with a B and a T.
I think Taylor should concentrate on kicking this goal, not worrying about the umpire's spelling, just the same, Peter. Like he can be overconfident.
He's bringing him right up. He's only about 15 metres out. I think we can safely put that one down. And the goal here will, of course, put Collingwood back in front, and that will mean the 11th time during the game that the lead has changed. So plenty of drama in the final quarter at the MCG. Purser on report. I think that's the only one so far today. Taylor shoots.
He missed it.
Oh, you were right, Lou. He got overconfident.
He was spending too much time worrying about the umpire instead of concentrating on his kick. That should be a lesson that he should learn from that, Peter.
Well, it could cost Collingwood the game. Now, that means it's only a point the difference. 75 plays 74. So, as I said, sensations are plenty here in the final quarter, and we've only been going 11.5 minutes.
Foolish play.
Shouldn't have missed that. Brad Hardy brings the ball back into play. He's signal lead across the half-back line, and the mark is taken for Footscray by Foster. Gets it back to McLean at right half-back flank. McLean up to centre wing position. Missed out there by McPherson. Chance for Collingwood to go forward again. It's booted up by McMullen. The kick is wide over the boundary line, and we'll see a throw it in Collingwood's left forward pocket. Well, the umpires coming in for plenty of stick this afternoon. Collingwood crowd not happy. 12 minutes have gone now as we await the boundary throw in. front is Purser. Williams, Tony Shaw, Richardson just about caught, loses possession, good tackle on Banks, up towards the 10-metre square, hand pass comes out to Richardson, he's fumbled, good tackling by Footscray.
Well, Richardson threw it.
Well,
I reckon Beers did too.
He's been free kicked once for that so far in this quarter. 12.5 minutes gone.
And a ball up just outside Collingwood's forward pocket position, about 10 metres out from their goal. Well, neither ruckman got that one. Both Purser and Taylor missed it. Of course, Purser's already been reported for striking Taylor. Just on the 13-minute mark, a point the difference in favour of Footscray. Ball knocked out by Taylor. Comes down to Royal. He's grabbed, gets a hurried kick. He's put it out of bounds on the full. A penalty free kick will go to Collingwood. It'll be Beers. No, it'll be Eade to take the free kick about 40 metres out from goal. Yet to score one. This will be a good goal if he kicks this one. There it is. Oh, where was that from Mark Banks? What a ripper! There's Taylor having a box on there with Kennedy. I don't think he should be arguing now after that mark. What a mark that was, Peter.
Couldn't have come at a better time or a better
right
place.
Across the front of the pack.
So Collingwood will lead by 5 points if he can kick it.
Well, he should kick this. He's only about 1.5 metres out from the goal on a bit of an angle. And, of course, he missed an easy one in the third quarter. There he goes. There's no doubt about that. It's a goal. So the Magpies have hit the front and the lead has changed 12 times for the game. 75 plays 80. Bounce back all day. Fellows against the centre bounce. It'll be Purser. And Fellows has been on top as far as these knockouts are concerned. Purser got that one. Bit of a struggle going on. Edmund tries to get through the pack. Try to stage a free kick. The umpire said play on. It's Bahajar coming out, but the umpire will ball it up down towards Footscray's centre half forward position. Footscray crowd going mad, saying that should have been a free kick to Edmund. There's the bounce again. Knocked out that time by Purser, picked up by Richardson. And Collingwood drive the ball out there wide. Phillips comes in, punched away by Foster. It's grabbed by Abernathy. Not a good kick, it doesn't travel very far. Wallace couldn't hold the mark. He tries to spin out of the pack, tap the ball on. Williams tries to crash through, but he's got a free kick, Wallace. He got one in the back. And Wallace to take the free kick there at centre half back. A hand pass over to McLean. Now Footscray get it over their half forward line. Sewell in front. At the back is Burgess. It'll be a free kick.
On the
got it behind the neck. And he'll take that free kick there at centre half forward. Looking for Beasley again. He's got a lead on McCormack. He got under that one. Here's a go for Royal. He snaps at the goals, but he's put it out of bounds on the full, and the Magpies are still 5 points in front as we approach the 16-minute mark of this last quarter.
Well, that's 2 free kicks Brian Royal's given away for kicking out on the full in this term. And 4 for the whole day. Got a free kick to be taken on the last line of defence by Sumner. Approaching the 16-minute mark of the quarter. Big pack of players set themselves out of bounds on the full again. And that was against McMullen. Hawkins to take the free kick. Hawkins at left half forward flank, a long way from goal. Footscray trailing by 5 points. Where's Beasley? He's got the front position. Bandlet also flying. Sewell. Snapshot by the Footscray big man. I tell you what, it's just about there. It's a goal. The Bulldogs are back in front. Oh, what a game. 12-9, 81 to 12-8, 80 at the MCG.
That's the 13th time the lead has changed for the match, Pete.
Great game of football. Hawkins has kicked long. Beasley missed the mark. Bandlet was also up high. Bad hand pass. Sewell got it. And that was a great snapshot. And he put it through for his first goal. Couldn't have come at a better time. Approaching the 17-minute mark now. 1 point the difference. A draw would indeed be a fitting result here this afternoon as Peter Cameron affects the bounce. Knocked down by Purser. Well, a Footscray player there, Sewell, ran into a sandwich. He couldn't get clear at all. And we'll see a bounce just wide of the centre circle. What a game. Crowd certainly getting their money's worth here this afternoon. Knocked away by Phillips. Bounce favours Wallace. Kick back high to the Footscray half-forward line. Mark missed by McMullen. Here's a chance for Royal. Will he get clear? No. Just about throwing the ball. Out it comes to Sumner. Sumner's gone out wide. and McEwen takes the mark right in the practice wicket area in front of Jim Edmund. Good mark to Foster.
Not a fair game today too, Foster, Pete.
Hasn't done bad. First game back after a broken jaw, so shown plenty of courage. Foster's kick is long, trying to find Sewell. That's a great mark. Sewell certainly coming into his own in the last couple of minutes. Kicked a great goal. That was a fine mark. Where's Beasley? Can't take the grab. It is a Footscray mark. Who's got it? Is it Royal? Brian Royal. He is on a pretty acute angle right in front of the old scoreboard and not far from the boundary line. Now a goal here would make Footscray's lead 7 points. He's got to kick it first. They lead by 1 at the moment. What a game of football. Still anybody's match. Brian Royal, 30 metres out. Not much daylight between the posts. I tell you what, I think he's done it. The smile says it all. It's a goal to Royal, and Royal putting through his first goal for the afternoon. Footscray now leading by 7 points. The scoreboard 13-9, 87 to 12-8, 80.
Well, there's the kick by Royal. That was a fine goal and a desperate one because he was under tremendous pressure. They're in front by 7 points now as we approach the 19-minute mark of this, the last quarter. Can the Magpies bounce back now? The lead has changed 13 times for this game. Up she goes again. Knocked out by Purser. Punched on again by Dawkin. It's a chance for Shaw. The hand pass over to Phillips. He ran into a brick wall but shrugged his opponent off. Back to Shaw again. They're messing about. Collingwood the ball up to their half-forward line. Punched away by McPherson. In goes Richardson. Tries to get it out. But the umpire said it'll be holding the ball against him. Now he's called play on. Well, they all stood there flat-footed. He drives the ball out wide. Coming into market now is Sewell. He's playing a crackerjack last quarter. He's been all over the place at centre half forward. He's out there on the wing now. Quickly kicks the ball over the half forward line. Footscray in front by 7 points. No mark. The umpire called play on as Fellows tries to get it out to Neville Shaw, but it'll be a ball up about 50 metres out from the Footscray goal. They're 7 points in front. 87 plays 80. Just on the 20-minute mark. Rains off the ground. In goes Sumner, juggles the ball around the boundary line, but it's out of bounds, but it's still in Footscray's attacking zone about 60 metres around from their goal. Oh, this has been a crackerjack game here today. Both sides will be very tired after the match. They'll sleep well tonight, the players. Back it goes to Sumner, goes the big punch. Shaw coming in to meet it, but it beats Tony Shaw and the ball is out of bounds, up towards the centre wing position. Footscray 13-9, 87 to Collingwood 12-8, 80. Ball back into play again. Knocked off, grabbed by Sewell. The ball comes down to Williams. He doesn't bother picking it up. His mate got in the way there, Dawkin. This allowed Royal to drive it up there towards Beasley and McCormack. This time it's McCormack to take the mark. Only going to run off that time, but he'd be better off going back for a kick and kicking it a long way to get it out of the danger zone. There it is. It's a long kick back there towards that wing position. Pack fly, punched out by Wallace. Comes back to McMullen, juggles the ball a bit, hooks it back now, looking for a Collingwood play, but there's none there. Tapped on beautifully by Dawkin over to Abernathy. Picks it up, it's a hurried kick. He might have put this back in play. It stayed in, it's on the boundary line, but it's out of bounds on the centre wing position. Looks as though McMullen's in a bit of trouble there. No, it's Abernathy. Well, he could be coming off the board. Already lost Morwood. Banks going for this knockout. Knocked out by the big fella. Intercepting that time was Tony Shaw. The ball still back in play. Kicked back here by Bahajar, the little terrier, back towards the centre of the ground. He's got a chance to break clear. Overruns the ball. Didn't go in hard enough that time. Picked up by Hawkins. Over it goes to Daniel. Back it goes towards centre half forward. No one can take the mark. McCormack trying to claim it. Gets a hand pass out to McMullen on his own. Out there at half back. Pressure on now as the ball goes wide. He's got the mark. Collingwood trailing by 7 points as the ball goes over their half-forward line. Coming out to meet it is Rod McPherson. He's had Richardson well covered. The ball back to Daniels at half-back. And Footscray take it away from the danger zone as we approach the 22.5-minute mark. The back fly. But the umpires found a free kick. It'll go to Fellows there, short of half-back for Collingwood.
Fellows getting a free kick for in the back. Well, he could have played the mark as well. Kick out towards left half forward flank, a little bit too wide though for any Collingwood support, and it's out of bounds in that position. Boundary throw in Collingwood's attacking zone.
The Bulldogs playing with a bit more confidence than Collingwood at this present stage, Pete.
Well, I guess with a 7-point lead, it'd give them that. In front, Purser hit it straight down to Williams, though. Williams' kick slews off the side of the boot up towards the edge of the square. Knocked away by Kennedy. Getting a push in the back was Wallace. Wallace's free kick. He's got a clean jumper on. So Steve Wallace from the edge of the square, right half-back flank for Footscray. Up to centre wing. Eade hooks it back over his shoulder and finds Tony Shaw. No, he doesn't. In the road is Purser. And Purser content to carry the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds at the 23-minute mark of the term. Footscray leading by 7 points in a thriller. One of the closest games we've seen this year. It's been on from go to woe here at the cricket ground. Great Sunday football action on Sevens Big League. Picked up by Brian Cordy. Cordy's kick up towards the right half forward flank. Sewell can't mark it, but he has played a great last quarter, Sewell. Boundary throw in. Rains looks as though he's due to come back on as we await this throw in. Picked up by Fellows. Williams dispossessed by McLean. Williams again, guts and determination there. Eade in pursuit, Daniels out to Dawkin. Dawkin long up the half forward. Richardson! Oh, no mark. In goes Collins. Could have been against Richardson for holding the man. Hawkins comes out. Brian Cordy goes as Bahaja. Cordy's got plenty of room. Good shepherd by Bahaja. He's gone long. Where's Beasley or McPherson? McPherson! He's kicked two. This could just about seal it.
I reckon, Pete.
Watch it again.
Great mark by McPherson, coming right across the front of the pack. He's not a very big fellow either. He was up there against the Giants and pulled that vital mark down, and this could be the cincher for Footscray.
24.5 minutes have gone. Steve McPherson has the chance, it would appear, to win the match for the Bulldogs. Now he wants to get on with this and not worry about where the mark is. Well within kicking distance. Steve McPherson. In he comes. Oh, I think he's missed it. Yes, 1 point. The game is still very much alive. Thanks very much. Into the time on period now. Footscray lead by 8 points. It does, though, mean, Lou, that Collingwood need 2 goals to win it.
Certainly do, and they're not playing well enough to do that at this present stage of the game as the ball goes out there. Oh, look at Williams. What a great mark. That was a desperate effort. 8 points the difference in favour of Footscray, and time running out for the Magpies. Out it goes wide to Shaw under a bit of pressure. Well played by Sewell. What a quarter he's played. Oh, round the neck to him. Umpire's call play him, but he's going to pay the free kick. He'll have to pay that. He's been a terrific player in this last quarter. Sewell been all over the place. The kick by Sewell is over the half-forward line. Players set themselves. Fellows is there, couldn't hold the mark. Going into middle now is McEwen. Oh, beautifully intercepted by Bamblett. A goal, yes, sir. And Footscray, that's his 5th, and Footscray have got this game sewn up now. 14-10-94 to Collingwood, 12 goals, 8-80.
Great goal by Bamblett. He's always been the danger, hasn't he, Lou?
Well, we see McEwen try to give a hand pass out, but reading the game beautifully was Bamblett. You watch McEwen pick it up, intercepts it beautifully, took the pass and ran into an open goal, and thoroughly deserved that. He's kicked 5 for the match.
I don't know where he came from there. He just bobbed up out of nowhere, and that really was one of the goals of the match.
Just over the 26-minute mark of this last quarter, and Footscray look as though they got it sewn up. 94 plays 80.
Fellows knocks that one on. Beers, Tony Shaw. Collingwood haven't thrown in the sponge yet. Up towards their full forward position. A chance for Richardson. He fumbles though at the crucial moment, and Footscray defenders stack it up. McPherson, that's Cordy. Wallace. Wallace has got plenty of room now, approaching the centre wing position. Long kick by the Footscray centre man. Phillips and Daniels tangle. Picked up by Eade for Collingwood. Eade sidesteps nicely, gets the ball back towards centre field. Foster late on the scene, almost a mark. In fact, it will be paid to Burgess at centre half back. Just about 27 minutes gone now. Footscray look home. In the back, will it be? Yes, free kick, says umpire Glenn James. And it will go to Beers. Or is it going to Taylor? It's going to Taylor, just short of centre half forward.
And we're just over the 27.5-minute mark. There's a short pass coming up. It's a good lead, and Banks has got it. He'd be about 40 metres out from goal. But I think time will beat the Magpies. Just on the 27.5-minute mark, Banks has already kicked 2 goals. There's the pass. It was too far out for Taylor. Banks goes for a pass. Oh, it's a grubber. Ah, golly, why didn't he go for the kick? He gave it a Birds. He should have had a shot. They've wasted any chance they could have had of winning this match with foolish play. Out it goes now to Wallace. Well tackled by Dawkin. The umpire said dropping the ball, so Collingwood got a chance to go back into attack again. What a game this is. It's a fantastic game of football. The lead's changed about 13 times for the match. The ball picked up by Beers. Not a good kick, and it's marked here by Foster. Foster out there at half-back. 28 minutes gone. The clock ticking over and time running out for the Magpies. The ball goes round there towards Phillips. Taps the ball down away from Silv. Phillips now playing at centre half back. It's Dawkin getting clear. Takes too long to get rid of it. Lost it. This allows Wallace to kick the ball back to half forward. There we see Bandit. He couldn't pick it up. But there's Steve McPherson running to an open goal. He might have got this. I don't think it was touched. No, a goal. 3 goals to Steve McPherson. They've got it sewn up now. 15-10, 100 Footscray to Collingwood, 12-8, 80. Oh, that was a good goal. McCormack pleading to the umpire, saying, I touched that. We'll watch it again. Down it goes. He breaks clear. Gets one in the back from McMullen. And we see McCormack go across to the umpire and say, I touched it, but the umpire ignoring him completely, and the goal goes on the board to Footscray. Well, they're coming home beautifully, Footscray, and looking good now. They've knocked off a few sides this year. Knocked out by Fellows. Smothered that time by Edmund, but he gets clear. Drives the ball deep. And they've got their pecker up now, up there towards the full forward position. Beasley's got it. Great mark to Beasley. He's already kicked 5. A strong mark. Outmanoeuvring McCormack. Put him out of business. Now he's going for goal number 6. A bit of bustling going. He shrugged him up beautifully that time. Fell to the ground, but still at the mark, and he's got it about 15 metres out on a very slight angle. Well, they're 20 points in front, and they couldn't lose this now. We approach the 30-minute mark. Goal number 6 to Beasley. And there are 106 points on the board. 16 goals, 10, 106 Footscray to Collingwood. 12 goals, 8, 80. And Footscray looking good. They'll go back into the 5. There's the replay again. A long kick by Edmund. They're bustling down there, McCormack and Beasley. Got one handle. Once he did that, he shrugged himself free to take it with the other hand and kick his 6th goal. Well, Footscray have really lifted their game. Bobby Rose coming onto the boundary. I don't think he's ready to go off the ground. Bobby'd be disappointed with the performance over the last 10 minutes with Collingwood, but I don't think he should be, because the Magpies have put up a good show. Footscray have been just too good for them. A hand pass from Purser, knocked on again by Phillips. There we see Edmund get one too high, and he'll take a free kick around about the centre field area. Doesn't waste any time. He goes off. A hand pass back to Wallace. Wallace clear. Hooks the ball over the half-forward line. Bamblett in front. Couldn't mark that one. Bahajar's got it. Kicks the ball up to Beasley again. Can he mark it? I think Hawkins will get this one. He's got it. No, it's not Sewell. Sewell's got it down there in the forward pocket. He's played a great game in this last quarter. He's been all over the place. He's already kicked 1 goal. He's right on the boundary line. And Footscray leading by 26 points. Never looked like dropping that. Who kicks this goal? It's topped up a fine quarter. There's the end of the quarter. He's gone for a pass, and it was too late. But Footscray are the victors. Royal trying to claim that he marked it before the siren sounded, but the umpire not having a bar of that. Final scores, Footscray with a great win and a great match here today. 16 goals, 10, 106 to Collingwood, 12 goals, 8, 80.
You're watching Seven's Big League, part of the Nissan VFL Premiership season.
Come alive, come and drive, Nissan.
And a very close game for 3.5 quarters. 9 points in it at quarter time. Footscray led by 3 points at half time. Only 1 point at the final change, but the Bulldogs coming away well to win by 26 points. We checked the stats. Footscray had more kicks than Collingwood, but Collingwood had more marks, free kicks, handballs and hit-outs, where Fellows played very well. Footscray had more shots at goals, 27-20. The goal kickers this afternoon, first of all for Footscray, Beasley got 6 and Bamblett got 5, Steve McPherson 3, and for the Magpies, Richardson was their major contributor. He got 4 and 2 each to Banks and also BT, Brian Taylor. And that was it insofar as the stats and goal kickers were concerned. We'll take a break and we'll be back to speak to the Footscray coach, Mickey Malthouse, in just a moment. For the year, is that your best win?
Well, in a time of crisis, yeah, I'd say it would be, because we certainly had our backs to the wall.
Well, you beat Essendon, of course, so what you mean is that with backs to the wall, you perform best, perhaps?
Oh, no. Look, I think the boys realise the situation. Look, the sides that have beaten us over the last couple of weeks have been worthy opponents, and they play better football than us. Now, today, if we had a loss, we stayed out of the 5. To win, we get back in the 5. So, you know, it was a real desperate affair. We had to win.
How did you get to the boys at three-quarter time? Because their last quarter was brilliant.
Well, I suppose, you know, when you're applying up pressure, sides can crack it. If it was us, well, you know, it was going to be Collingwood's turn. But we were able to just get that break, and we got the ball out of the centre a couple of times, which put a bit more pressure on the Collingwood back line. We were able to capitalise by scoring goals directly from the centre bounce. And I think once we got 2 or 3 in front, well, you know, it was pretty close into the game anyway. So.
I know coaches hate to individualise, but you would have been very happy with Les Bandlett's display again.
Oh, yes, Lolly played very well. Simon contributed very well. You know, the inclusion of Foster after such a long absence was a big plus for the club. Jimmy Ebden came back from suspension. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't like to sort of individualise, but I think if I run through the whole 8 or the whole 20 players, they all contribute in some manner that kept us in the game throughout pretty torrid sort of areas during the game.
Yeah.
Like when Collingwood, I think they got to 2 goals in front at one stage, and were able to come back from that through probably the lesser-known players.
Congratulations, Mick, on a good win.
Thank you, Peter.
Thanks, mate.
You're watching Seven's Big League, part of the Nissan VFL Premiership season.
Come alive, come and drive, Nissan.
Plenty of football coming up this week. No night match on Tuesday. Of course, it has been deferred for 24 hours, and that's the quarter-final encounter between Collingwood and Hawthorn. The Hawks have a score to settle. Collingwood beat them a couple of weeks back in the rain, and so Hawthorn have a chance to square the ledger Wednesday night. You'll see that match live on Channel 7 and associated stations at 8:30. Let's check the league ladder now. Essendon a game clear of the rest of the field with a total of 32 points from North Melbourne on 28, and then a number of teams separated on percentage on 24 points. Hawthorn, Footscray up to 4th spot now, and Geelong in the 5, just ahead of Collingwood, also on 24. On 20 points, Carlton and Melbourne. On 16, Richmond. On 12, the Sydney Swans, likewise for Troy, and St Kilda on the bottom with 4 points. We'll take a break.
Oh, what a grab! Ian Dippin. Oh, Solon, a million miles in the air. Ian Dippin, mark of the day.
It's the way to do it.
Davidson looking out to the half-forward flank here for some drive, looking for Povey or Mitchell. Oh, mark! Oh, the mark of the century. Lifetime. Up towards Steve Golding in there.
Incredible mark, isn't it? He was standing on his shoulders there, really got up.